Hi, and welcome to part 3, how to take care of an oil or hurricane lamp. This is the third part, the last part of it. This is a little bit about safety and a little general maintenance on them. So, you've used your lamp, you've cleaned it, you've put it away. Well, you don't use them all the time. Unless you have a lot of company over and you want them to have a nostalgic look, or emergencies don't come all the time, so they may sit for months. Well, these things can rust and corrode if you don't keep on top of them. So here's a little general maintenance on how to take care of them. That way they're always ready whenever you need them, and that's the part of being self-reliant. Being able to have a light source in any situation, and it's up to you. Maintenance on anything. If you take care of what takes care of you, it'll always be there. Alright, so, little general maintenance. First things first. Alright, this lamp is set for quite a while. Put that over there. Now, as you can see, this thing is dusted, it's rusted, and really needs cleaned bad. Now, most of the time when you find them at yard sales, thrift stores, antique stores, they'll probably look like this, because a lot of antique people don't like to clean things up, take away from the value. But if you're going to use this thing, it's got to be safe. That's not safe. With all that dust and stuff around there, that could catch fire. And if it catches fire on the mantle, it can get down into your well where your oil is, and then you're in a whole heap of trouble. So that needs cleaned off. If you take that right there, and first things, wipe it off, hit it with a little soap and water, dry it very well, and then hit it with either a Brillo or hit it with some steel wool, and clean all the rust off of it. It should be good. Some people paint these. I've seen them painted black. I've seen them painted silver. I don't like painting them. So what I do is I clean them up really good, and I like that old-timey look, even on these older ones here. And these older ones here, if you don't keep them clean, they'll really rust. The antique ones, funny, they don't rust as much, but that's usually the state you'll find them in. So, this one here, this one is a reproduction that you can buy at any hardware store, and that's usually about the way I keep mine. I keep them dust free. I clean them up with soap and water, and just every now and again I hit them with a little bit of WD-40, clean it off. And that's flammable too, so you have to make sure that you get it all off, but you just want like a thin coat of something to keep it from rusting. I've also seen people take the wick out and hit it with polyurethane, but again, that's flammable. So I just like cleaning them, drying them, and putting them back on. If they rust real bad, safety. Take it, put it in your parts drawer, and go to the hardware store. Sometimes even the Mart and all them places sell replacements. Keep the original, put it in the drawer, and just get you a replacement for safety's sake. Okay, so that's that. The level of fluid in your well. When you fill these things up with your lamp fluid, you don't want to fill it all the way up, okay? And the reason being is you've got a flame right there. So from there to there, you have a potential for a fire. Plus you have that wick that's soaked in with the oil. So what I normally do is I usually leave about an inch from the top, and maybe sometimes a little lower, but you don't fill the lamp all the way up. That's a fire hazard. So you fill it up to about this level, let's say on this one, because your wick is soaking up all that fluid, bringing the fluid up to the flame. So there's no need to fill it all the way up here, because again, fire hazard. If it leaks out, if it gets up in the mantle, if the wick burns down so far it could catch the whole well on fire, you are the safety on this lamp. I can't stress that enough. A lot of fires happen in homes and emergency situations by these lamps, by people that just don't know how to take care of them. So that's what this video is for. So again, fill your level up to about here. Leave about an inch space from the bottom of from the top of the level of fluid to the bottom of the mantle. The wick will take care of the rest. That much of the wick. Leave about that much of the wick sticking out. It'll take care of everything. On these, same way. Even the brand new ones with the screw-on lids and everything, right here, you only want to fill it up to about here. You don't want to fill it all the way up to here. Fire hazard, bad. Oh, and right there, that's kind of that's a little too bright. That's more of an orange, but that's one of the different colored fluids I was telling you about with the honeycomb lamp. So, and then you have a couple more ways to trim the wick. I drew a little diagram here for you. You have the W, and then you have the point. The point will give you like the traditional type flame, and the W will give you 3 points of flame. Usually, I've been told that for every point it burns it a little brighter. I've tried all these, and they're all pretty much the same to me. It comes down to preference. How do you want them to look? How do you want them to burn? The simplest is either this point or the rounded, like I showed you in the last video. So those are two more ways to cut the wick. I said cut the wick. Okay, well, that in a nutshell, 3 parts, is the care, the maintenance, and safety of your emergency lighting using oil or hurricane lamps, however you call them. And I can't stress it enough. Safety. You slip up one time, it can cause a fire, and no one wants to get hurt. These things have been around for hundreds of years, so everything I'm telling you has been tested. I've even had a fire myself, and it wasn't fun. Thank God we got it out okay and quick. So, from Mountain Craft Appalachia, on this pretty rainy day, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. If I forgot something, leave me a comment, and I'll do a comment video on these. And have a nice day.